must follow the law. The law says...
Glorious. Is it a lawsuit? Probably. Why not?
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to Buckle Up, It's the Law with attorney Larry Foreman, and we're going to continue the Fraser Bohm preliminary hearing in this part 4 of the preliminary hearing. Folks, this case is maddening. This case is crazy. Why would the prosecution overcharge a young kid with murder unless it was simply because there was too much pressure from the victims asking for the kid to be overcharged, charging him with murder, overcharging him just to appease the public? What do you think? Let me know. As you like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and I bring you Ari Jacob. How are you doing, Ari?
I'm doing good. Thanks, Larry.
That's awesome. Good to hear. You ready to dive into this next portion of the transcript?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Awesome. Let's get it done. All right. I have a 2-page document. I asked to, I'm sorry, it's not 2 pages. This is an 8-page document. I asked to mark it as People's 10, A through H. A appears to show a overview from PCH, and B through H appear to show images from a video.
All right.
Marked for identification as People's 10. So I'm showing you what's been marked People's 10 for identification, and it shows 21536 PCH, and it shows a triangle pattern showing a point of view. Do you see that?
Yes.
People's 10B, do you recognize what's depicted here?
Yes.
What do you recognize that to be?
I believe it's northbound PCH.
All right. So as we are looking at that photo, to the upper left-hand corner appears farther in the distance. The lower right-hand corner appears closer. Do you recognize what side of the road, the one closer to us or the one farther away, is northbound?
I'm viewing the one closest to us as northbound.
The one closer to us is northbound?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, hold on. Hold on a moment. I recognize this. Yes, I'm sorry. This is northbound is going this way. Southbound is going this way. So when you said, and just for the record, the witness, when the witness said northbound is going this way, he pointed to his left. And when he said southbound is going this way, he pointed to his right. Correct, Your Honor.
Showing you People's 10B, what appears to be substantially, showing you People's 10B, that appears to be substantially similar to what we just saw in People's C. This is C, and this appears substantially similar to what we saw in Exhibit 10B. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And then 10D, do you recognize any vehicles in this still frame?
I believe I recognize my vehicle.
Okay. And is that your vehicle just to the left?
Correct.
Of the center of the screen?
Yes.
People's 10E, does that again appear to be Your Honor, I'm sorry, leading, sustained. Motion to strike any portion that came out. There was no response. But Mr. Bartos, next question, please, or can you rephrase the question? Sir, do you recognize the vehicle in the northbound lane just left of the center in People's 10E?
Yes.
What do you recognize that to be?
My vehicle, the GMC.
I have a 2-page document, an overview map view of 21602 PCH, and B is a still frame from a video, and mark this as People's 11 for identification.
Yes.
It is marked as 11. Mr. Calandra, do you recognize what's depicted on page A of People's 11?
Yes.
And what do you recognize that to be?
Pacific Coast Highway. Lower lane is southbound. Left lane or top lane is going north.
And showing you People's 10B.
The 11.
I'm sorry, People's 11B. Thank you, Your Honor. Does this still frame appear to show... Objection, leading.
Sustained.
Do you recognize this video, sir? Now, I'm going to object this foundation.
All right, sustained.
All right, I will move on to show from People's 4 a video entitled 21602 PCH. The video is then played. All right, Mr. Calandra, we're looking at a video here that's up in the upper left-hand corner, says 10/17/23, Tuesday, 8:25:01 p.m., and it lists street cam in the lower right. Do you see that?
Yes.
I'm going to play forward, and then I'm going to move forward in time and pause the video. The video is then played. So we just watched the whole video. Did you recognize your vehicle in that video, sir?
Yes.
I am going to hit play again, and I'm going to move the video to a certain time frame. The video is then played. So we're at 8:29:06, according to the camera's zone timestamp. Did you see your vehicle? Did you just see your vehicle?
Yes, it's out of sight right now, though.
All right, so let's just go back a little bit, and let's start at 8:29:00, and I'll play it forward. The video is then played.
That's my vehicle that just passed.
And tell us where you stopped.
We stopped at 2905.
And you would agree at this point in time, your vehicle is obscured by another.
It's obscured.
So let's just go back a little bit further. I'm at 8:29:51. I'm pausing at 8:20:57. Now there's a tail light all the way to the left in this image. Do you see that, sir?
Yes.
And do you recognize that vehicle that just passed by?
Actually, I'm sorry. I was looking towards the right at that point. You'll have to back it up a little bit.
All right, that's no problem. I'm going to go back to 8:20:56 and again stopping at 8:20:57. Do you see the tail light all the way to the left?
You're going to have to back it up.
Okay, that's no problem. And at 8:20:49, I'll just play forward.
It looks like my vehicle there.
And we're at timestamp, please. 8:20:57. Thank you.
I'm sorry. This is my...
I need you to speak into the microphone, please.
I'm sorry. It's a little grainy here.
But you see the vehicle passing at 8:20:57?
I do.
Pointing the left-hand portion of the upper portion that he's pointing to now. Yes, and I'm going to play forward for just a moment. Okay. Now, all the way to the left of the screen, do you see the vehicle?
Yes.
What color is that vehicle?
That is white.
And we're at 8:29:58, it looks like.
828.
8:28:58. Thank you.
That is my vehicle.
And so now we're at 8:29:05 when we see your vehicle. Is that correct?
Correct.
And just for the record, which one is your vehicle, sir?
It is the northbound pickup truck beyond the white SUV that's going southbound
Thank you.
on lane 1.
Sorry. Thank you. Mr. Bartos, next question, please. And when you say lane 1, that's the lane closer to the center?
Correct. Is that correct, by the way, 1 or 2?
That's how I understand it, but the attorneys may have a different understanding.
Okay.
So going back to the People's 11B, does it appear to depict a still frame from the video? Objection. Foundation and leading.
All right. Overruled on foundation, sustained on leading. Sir, what does this still frame depict to you, if anything?
I think...
I need you to speak into the microphone, please. Nothing at this point.
Do you recognize the view that we're looking at?
I recognize the view.
In People's 11B, is that the same view that we just viewed?
Yes.
From 2, the video 21602 PCH?
Correct. And that was for People's 4.
I would ask to mark as People's 12 a 2-page document. It shows a top view map of PCH at 21622 PCH, and B depicts a still frame from that video. It is then marked as Exhibit 12. Mr. Calandra, showing you People's 12A, do you recognize what's depicted on the map?
Have you or someone you love been injured as a result of someone else's negligence? Or worse, lost a loved one because of it? I am attorney Larry Foreman, and myself and my team of trial lawyers are ready to help you to get the absolute maximum compensation permissible under the law. We know the system. We understand how to win. Anywhere in the United States, 24 hours a day. 1-844-774-HURT. Call us. We can help.
Yes.
And what do you recognize that to be?
PCH South and North.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. I'm going to ask, may I voir dire the witness on this?
No.
Then I would ask for a foundation of how he can tell this is PCH other than it says PCH on it.
Because I've lived there for 40 years. I'm very familiar with the area.
The objection's overruled. Next, Mr. Bartos, next question, please. And do you recognize the view here that's depicted in People's 12B?
I do not.
Okay. I would ask to mark as People's 13 for identification a 2-page document, the first page being a map of PCH labeled A, and the second page being a still frame from a video labeled B, and then it is marked. Mr. Calandra, do you recognize what's depicted in People's 13A?
Yes.
And what do you recognize that to be?
Pacific Coast Highway, both north and south.
And showing you a still frame from People's 13B, do you recognize seeing that video before? Objection, there's no video, Your Honor.
No, Mr. Bartos?
People's 13B appears to be a still frame, Judge. Your Honor, that's now leading. I haven't been even asked a question, Your Honor.
So from now on, I just want counsel to state the grounds for the objection. If I need anyone to clarify, I will ask. Mr. Bartos, state the question. Sir, don't answer the question just in case there's an objection. Mr. Bartos.
People's 13B appears to be a still frame from a video. Have you seen this video, sir?
Hold on a second.
Objection foundation.
All right, overruled. You can answer, sir, with A.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. You're overruling the foundation aspect that he knows what that video is?
The question is, has he seen the video before? So yes, it's overruled. And sir, you can answer with a yes or no, please. No.
I withdraw my objection. All right. I'm going to ask to show you the video off of the disc from People's 4 of 21/6/24 and the video titled Girls Park 4X. Actually, no. I won't show you that. I'm going to show you 21/6/24 PCH impact victims. The video is then played. Sir, having shown you the video, did you observe your vehicle on that video?
I believe yes.
Okay. I'm going to play forward and then I'm going to pause it. The video is then played.
That's my vehicle that just passed.
So I just stopped the video. The timestamp on the top is 10/17/2023, Tuesday, 20:28 and 26 seconds. There appears to be a vehicle in the far lanes that we can see, and then there's a closer sedan pointing towards the right. Which vehicle is yours?
My vehicle is located in the upper frame going northbound in lane 2.
All right. So were you a witness to the events that transpired in the video in person that evening on October 17th?
Yes.
Okay. So I would like to ask you what you observed occur just leading up to what we saw in this video.
Leaving Las Flores Canyon, the car started moving north. The defendant's car moved over into the lane number 2, just past Las Flores Canyon, and accelerated extremely quickly and was probably 200 yards in front of me. I saw, I believe, what was the first impact of a red vehicle, and
the red vehicle was that...
And I approached the...
I'm sorry, if I can ask a question. The red vehicle that you just described, was it a vehicle that was in traffic?
No, it was a parked vehicle on the right side of the shoulder, which is typical in that area.
I have a packet of 12 pages consisting of photographs. I would ask to mark this as...
14.
People's 14 for identification. It is then marked. Sir, I'm going to show you what's been marked as People's 14, which is the first page. Do you recognize what is depicted here?
The red vehicle that I believe that the defendant hit initially.
All right. And in this photograph, it appears that there's a curb just to the right of that vehicle. Was that approximately where you saw that red vehicle?
Yes, I believe it was the first impact.
And you said the words first impact. Did you see a second impact?
I saw a lot of debris and smoke as I proceeded. I moved up. I was slowly moved up to see what was going on. There was debris everywhere. There was a couple of different cars that were disabled on the right-hand side.
Objection, Your Honor. Non-responsive to the question that was pending. Move to strike.
Sustained. Granted.
Mr. Calandra, did you see a second impact?
I did not see a second impact.
Okay. Did you see the aftermath of a collision?
Yes.
What did you see?
I saw two or three cars that were on the right side of the road that were impacted. I saw a silver sedan approximately 35 feet beyond those cars in the center lane on its side.
I'm going to show you from People's 14. People's 14F. Do you recognize what's depicted in People's 14F?
Yes.
What do you recognize that to be?
The cars on the right. I recognize, and that was the car that I ran over to. I went over to investigate.
And the car on the right, when you say cars on the right, the closest vehicle that I see on the right appears in this photograph to have its trunk open and the doors open. Do you see that?
Yes.
Is that the vehicle that you're referring to?
Yes.
And in the center of the screen, there's a silver vehicle. Do you recognize that silver vehicle?
Yes.
And did you see that silver vehicle that evening?
I didn't. That evening, that was the vehicle I saw that evening as I drove. I drove just beyond that vehicle and stopped my truck and turned. I didn't turn my truck off. I threw it in park to get out to investigate. I went to the car to see if I could extract anybody.
Was there anybody in that vehicle?
There was no one in that vehicle.
I'm going to ask to mark as People's 15A and B, a 2-page document, the first page being a map of PCH of 21/6/28 and the second being a still frame from the video. They are then marked. Do you recognize what's depicted in People's 15A, sir?
Yes.
What do you recognize that to be?
I believe it's the southbound and northbound section of PCH where the incident occurred.
And showing
Yes.
showing you People's 15B, which appears to be a still frame from that video. Do you recognize seeing that video before?
I don't recognize that video.
Okay, I'm going to play from People's 4, the disc, a video entitled 21628 PCH. The video is then played. I'm pausing the video where, according to the timestamp in the upper left-hand corner, it's 10/17/2023 Tuesday. It is at 8:25 p.m. I'm going to play it forward, and then I'm going to ask you some questions. The video is played some more. I'm going to move forward in time to 8:29:00 and play from there. The video is played some more. I'm pausing at 8:29:20. Do you recognize your vehicle on the screen?
Yes.
Where is your vehicle on the screen?
It's in the center with my brake lights on. Sorry, can you speak into the microphone? I'm sorry, it's the center of the frame with my brake lights on. I just moved past that impact.
So I'm going to go back a little bit, and then I'm going to ask you questions. Your Honor, just to be clear, this is People's 16? No, this is People's 4. The video is 21628 PCH, and the video is then played. And we're at...
Sorry, there hasn't been a People's 16 yet, Mr. Kraut.
Thank you. And we're at 8:28:56 p.m., and I'll play forward again. The video is then played. Okay, so I'm pausing at 8:29. It went dark. Hang on a second. 27. Okay. There's a vehicle just to the right of the center, which would be along what looks like to be the curb. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
What vehicle is that?
I believe it's the defendant's vehicle.
All right, so I'm going to play it forward, and if you can watch, then I'm going to ask you some questions about what we see, okay?
Yes.
The video is then played. I'm going to pause. We're at 8:30:31. Did you just observe the video for that period, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And did the video appear to be consistent with what you observed that evening?
Yes.
So after the collision, and you said you came up on the other vehicles, did you end up parking your vehicle?
Yes, I didn't park it. I put it in park. I was in the lane too and let the truck run when I exited my truck and went over to the vehicle that was turned over on its side.
After you said that you looked to see if anyone was in there, did you approach any of the other vehicles?
Yes, I started to walk towards the defendant's car. As I was walking there, I had seen a victim on the side of the road, crumpled.
I just need to ask you a question. When you say victim, the person that you saw, was this person alive or deceased?
At that point, I could not tell. It was the person was about 15 to 20 feet away from me. There was another vehicle in front of all this. I directed someone to go help this individual out of his vehicle. There was someone struggling in the vehicle, and then I went towards the defendant's vehicle.
Okay, so the other vehicle that you're talking about, do you remember what kind of car that was?
It was a sedan. It was a black sedan.
I have a packet of 6 photographs, and I'm going to ask to mark them as People's 16.
Yes.
A through F, and they are then marked. All right. I'm showing you People's 16A. Do you recognize what's depicted here?
Yes.
And let's start from left to right. There's appears to be a dark vehicle that you can see the tail end of on the left-hand side of the screen. Do you see that?
Yes.
Do you recognize that vehicle from that evening?
Yes.
And is that the vehicle that you were just telling us about, the other vehicle?
Yes, it was. But from this angle, it looks like the same vehicle.
And then moving towards the right, do you recognize the vehicle to the right?
Yes, I do.
And what vehicle is that?
That's defendant's vehicle.
Showing you People's 16B. This is a different view. Do you recognize the 2 vehicles depicted in this photograph?
Yes.
And let's start again, going from left to right. The vehicle with its front end up against the mailbox. Do you remember seeing that vehicle?
Yes.
Now, you were telling us about that the other vehicle might have had someone in it. Is that the vehicle you were talking about?
Yes.
So as you recall, was there someone inside?
Yes.
And did that person eventually come out of their vehicle?
Yes.
And you talked to the person that evening?
Yes.
Without going into detail as to what was said, do you know that person now? Do you know his name?
Yes, I do. His name is Carlos Soloa.
Carlos?
Carlos, yes.
Okay, and that evening, in terms of what you were able to observe, did he appear to be any injuries or anything like that?
He was shaken up, There was no evidence of abrasions or anything like that. He was in shock, though.
And then moving now to the right, the second vehicle that's closer to the camera, do you recognize that vehicle?
Yes.
And what vehicle is that?
I believe that's the defendant's vehicle.
And does that appear generally to be in the same condition as when you saw it that evening?
Yes.
You had talked about someone coming up and were directing people. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember what you were directing people to do?
I asked an individual that came up to see if the person in the black vehicle, make sure he was fine, to check on him.
What did you do?
I observed the defendant standing outside of his vehicle. He appeared to be fine. He was bent over looking for something somewhat frantically from the passenger seat or underneath the seat.
Okay, and let me pause you for a second. When you say he was bent over, where physically was he when he was bent over?
He was standing outside of his car with the door open, bent over, searching for something.
And was that, which vehicle door was that?
That was the driver's door, and appeared to be reaching under his front seat and then to the passenger seat or passenger floorboard.
What did you do then?
My initial response was he looked frantic. He stood up. As he was facing and looking towards things, I grabbed him by he was wearing a sweatshirt, like a hooded sweatshirt, and I grabbed him by the sweatshirt and grabbed his arm and secured him. I thought he was going to leave the scene. I asked him to move, to come over towards the right, to the side of the road. There was another person there. We directed him and we sat him down to sit down and stay there and stay until authorities came.
And when you said you directed him and you
I walked him over to there was a home with an embankment, about a 1 foot or 2 foot embankment, and directed him to sit down on that embankment.
And when you were speaking to him, what type of voice were you using?
Forceful.
Okay, was there
Louder.
a particular reason why you were using a loud voice?
I wanted his attention, and I wanted him in that place at that time, and that was it. No other reason.
From that time that you said that you observed the defendant at the stoplight to then coming upon the end of the collision, did you have any other contact, speaking, vehicles, horns, honking, anything like that between that time at the light to when you met him outside of his vehicle?
No.
So, Ari, what did you think of today's video? It's a little bit more exciting than the one yesterday. We still have the continuation of him playing the prosecutor, playing the videos for Victor, and him answering questions. What did you think about Victor's testimony today?
It sounds like he is making himself, I guess just because I know more of and what Fraser's account is basically that he was a road rage guy. If I'm looking at that
Victor
side,
was a road rage guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so knowing that, and that, he basically, so he makes a statement saying he was on his phone. I saw him texting.
Victor is saying that Bohm was on his phone. Uh-huh.
Yes. And that he could see from his truck. And then I believe he said when they got in the accident, then he's basically gets out. It sounds like he kind of, and he sits him down and he pulls on his thing.
Who sits who down? Give us names.
It sounds like Victor Calandra grabs Fraser and sits him down on an embankment and makes sure that he's sitting down. He says, I was afraid he was going to leave, but he didn't say.
Yeah, what was that about? I was afraid that he was going to leave the scene. That one really stumped me.
Yeah, because it doesn't seem like he was.
No.
And so his narrative is just like kind of over exaggerated in my opinion. And also he kind of embellishes a lot. And then he makes it seem like he's the hero, kind of like he sees this guy swerving in and out on his phone. And then he gets out to investigate. And then he gets the guy and he gets Fraser and sits him down, makes sure that nobody leaves. And he's checking to make sure if everybody's okay. It's like, okay, dude, like, are you Superman?
Right, exactly. It makes no sense. It just doesn't add up.
I mean, that's how he's framing it, but we don't have anybody else that's necessarily saying that's what they saw, right, so far.
Right, exactly. We'll see where it goes. I'm really excited to start his cross-examination. That's going to be in the next video, and we'll see if he's able to, you know, hold his own against the defense attorney, because it's always very easy to testify on direct examination. Some of you who may have seen from the Karen Reed trial, Officer Dever, she had a wonderful time on cross-examination with the prosecutor, but on direct examination with the defense attorney, she didn't do so hot. So it's kind of like a similar thing here. I anticipate that Victor is going to have a very easy time on direct, and maybe on cross it'll not be so easy. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe to Ari Jacob. Ari, where can my people find you?
I am Little Miss Jacob everywhere, and on YouTube, I am Influences.
Go check her out. Go subscribe to her channel and look out for more content that Ari has for you all. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel. Folks, I hope you learned something. As always, once again, I thank you for being here. I thank you for coming. I thank you for learning with us as we continue dissecting this preliminary hearing. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.